Lock and Reload. So we're bringing to you almost a brand new firearm. We're actually bringing you the almost brand new Howa M-1500. The reason that it's not quite brand new is because I have 150 rounds run through it. Anyway, this is my preliminary review Anyways, this is a Howa M-1500, and if you've paid attention to my channel, almost 2 years ago I did a review on the sporter version of the Howa M-1500. Well, my ideology on this particular rifle, I shoot too much. Actually, I shoot a lot. And to the point where I'd end up wearing out my other Howa M-1500. So therefore, I went ahead and bought this particular Howa M-1500. Now, we're going to start off with the stock on this particular rifle is a Blackhawk Axiom recoil reduced Nox stock, made by Nox for Blackhawk. Right off the bat, this one's got a really nice Nox recoil pad on it. This one has they call it their power pack, but this is their cheek riser, and it is an M4 style stock, so it is fully adjustable. This one has recoil reduced springs on the inside of here on the actual simulated buffer tube. It actually has a recoil spring on the inside of the actual pistol grip itself. Now, this stock is a composite stock. It is a free-floating stock, so it is 100% free-floating. Now, if you have a Howa M-1500, whether it be the Target version or the sporter version, and you decide I want an Axiom stock made by Nox, you know, they're about $250 at the most expensive. I've seen them go for about $150, depending on where you shop. But on average, they go for about $200. Anyways, it does come with two sling points. I've got one on the buttstock itself on the inside, and it does have a sling point in the front. Now, I have an adapter plate on here for a UTG bipod, which that'll probably be changed out at some point in this rifle's life. Factory, they come with a hinged floor plate. This one does not have a hinged floor plate. This actually has a conversion kit that you can get from Legacy Sports International, where you can accept a 5-round or a 10-round magazine. The conversion kits are really cool. The one thing that did kind of disappoint me on the conversion kit is the actual trigger, the trigger guard and the magazine housing. It is made out of polymer. It does have a kind of a janky magazine release. It's made out of plastic. The other problem, not really a problem, the other quandary I have with the magazines is you can get them in 5 and 10 round capacity magazines, but they're both the same price. They're both $40 magazines. Obviously, if I'm going to buy another magazine, I'm going to go ahead and buy the 10-round magazine, because I'm not paying $40 for a 5-round magazine, because it's also $40 for the 10-round magazine. I don't know what their ideology is on that, but it's ridiculous. But, that being said, the magazine itself has a removable floor plate, so you can actually clean it, which is kind of nice. It does lock in pretty solid. In all honesty, there's no rocking it in, there's no nothing, just goes straight in, and you're good to go. Go ahead and chamber and, you know, call it a day. There's a couple different versions of this particular rifle. This one's got a 24-inch barrel. You can get them with the heavy 720 diameter 20-inch barrel, or 20, 22, and 24, I believe. You can get it in blued steel, but I prefer stainless steel because stainless steel cleans a lot easier, and it cuts the cleaning in half with stainless, I've noticed. It's got a fully stainless steel action. Now, this is brand new for 2012. The difference between this particular Howa M-1500 and earlier models is the trigger. Howa came out with their newer trigger. Offhand, I completely forgot what it is, what it's called. but it's about a 2.5 pound trigger pull from the factory, which is really nice. That's my only drawback of my prior Howa M-1500. It did kind of have a heavy trigger pull. This one is very nice trigger pull. My other Howa had a smooth trigger. This one's got grip lines in it, or stippling, or you can actually grip the trigger a lot nicer. This one's got more of an ergonomic designed actual safety on it, so it's more rounded, so it's more ergonomic. That being said, it is stainless steel. This one is a 24-inch barrel and the heavy 720 diameter varmint model. This particular rifle has been patterned after the Weatherby Vanguard. The bolts come out really nice. The bolts actually come out really nice. So if you go on the other side here, you actually have a bolt release on this side. So when you go ahead and pull the bolt, you just go ahead and push this button and your bolt comes out. Alrighty then, like I stated before, when you buy these rifles, it does come with a hinged floor plate, so an internal 5-round magazine, if I didn't mention that. But you can buy the aftermarket, you can buy the aftermarket magazine wall with the external box mag. And again, you can get them in the 5-round magazines, as you see here, and you can get them in the 10-round. When you buy this entire kit, you get the trigger guard, the magazine housing, and the 5-round magazine. And I believe that goes for, I think, 70 bucks. Which, it's a little expensive for a big piece of polymer. I'm not a big fan of plastic trigger guards. It's not part of my ideology. Anyways, generally the Howas do come with a one-piece scope mount on them. Personally, if I were you, I'd go to a 2-piece, especially if you're rocking the hinged floor plate with the internal 5-round magazine. Just a personal preference. With gloves, it makes it difficult with these 1-piece. But if you went ahead and bought this rifle and you bought the conversion kit, then stick with the 1-piece. It works well because obviously, you load it a lot different than the internal magazine. The overall rifle is excellent when it comes to the action. Very easy to clean. It's the ideology behind stainless steel. There's many different ideologies why people buy stainless steel. These are the reasons why I bought this rifle in stainless steel. First of all, I like stainless steel. Second of all, it's easy to clean. It's easy to maintain. It weathers a lot better than your blue barrels. You're not going to get the flash rusting. I live in Wisconsin, so therefore I have a lot of moisture, a lot of humidity. It means lots of rust if you don't take care of your junk. Anyways, I am a target shooter, hence why I have a 720 diameter barrel, heavy barrel. That means I can, shoot longer, and therefore, I don't have to shoot 5 rounds, let it cool, shoot another 5 rounds, let it cool. I can shoot 10, 15 rounds, and then let it cool. But I have no gripe about the action. The Howa M-1500 has been an underdog for a few years. It did make one of the companies that I buy firearms from, Shields, here in Wisconsin. They did make Rifle of the Year. But I do have some gripes about the stock. Alright, so one big gripe, and probably the only gripe I have about this stock, is the front portion of this particular stock. My big gripe with it, when you go ahead and adaptate a bipod to it, say if you're shooting prone, you can get it from sitting and shooting, but when you shoot prone, this is not a rifle that I shoot offhand often because, well, it weighs quite a bit. This is probably maybe, a 12-pound rifle. So it's not really a rifle I'm going to shoot offhand, if ever. It's just a heavy rifle. That being said, the front portion of this Knox Axiom stock, when you use a bipod, say if you're turning, it torques. It doesn't take much for this to torque left or right. And in all honesty, that's not cool in my book. A stock should never torque right or left. And that's basically my only gripe. I'm not too worried about it breaking, but it is a concern. If there was a way to stiffen that so it doesn't torque, I don't know, like adding braces somewhere, you know, it is what it is. But these are my initial thoughts. You know, I could be over-analyzing it. But, you know, tell me what you think. But anyways, I did top this off with a center point scope, which is a less expensive optic, but it works. This particular optic on here is a 4x16 by, I think, 42 millimeter. I could be wrong. But overall, this is an excellent rifle. During my break-in period, because I always break these in at 100 rounds, I shoot 100 rounds through these for my break-in period. I was shooting a little smaller than a 4-inch group at 330 yards at a steel gong. And out of the box, it's pretty damn good accuracy. Next time I go to the range, then I will be shooting at 100 yards, just to, you know, shooting for groups. I also reload, so I have to develop a load that this rifle likes. Versus my other Howa M-1500, you know, that took me some time to get a load developed. All these rifles may be built to the exact specs, but they all have their own signature. They all have their own unique issues, or their own unique fingerprint, footprint, whatever you want to call it. But anyway, this is basically the Howa M-1500 with your 24-inch 720 diameter barrel in stainless. Again, this is a rifle that is modeled after the Weatherby Vanguard. Excellent, excellent rifle. For the money that you spend on this, this particular setup, you will pay no more than $900. You will pay no less than $600. So it really depends on what part of the country or what part of the world you live in. Just remember, these rifles are made in Japan, which the Japanese really know how to build this rifle. They are imported by Legacy Sports International. So go check out Legacy Sports International. I'll try to leave the link in the bottom. But if you have any questions, concerns, comments about my channel, the Howa M-1500, or you just want to say hey, you know, leave them at the bottom. This is LockNReload with another firearm review, and as always, I'll catch you later.